So feeling the presence of the Crystalline Council, which has been quite a while that I feel them, let's say, as a consciousness presenting themselves. So the question is there any specific reason why you are doing this at the moment? Yeah, first I feel a kind of a big smile, or I don't know exactly, some light, fun reaction. Of course, when we are presenting ourselves, there's always something to share, as you may understand. We are always present, but we are not always noticed. And sometimes it's important to step forward, as you would say, so that we can be noticed. It's not that we want to place ourselves as more important than the Consciousness Council or the Morphogenetic Council. We are equally important. But within the activities that in general has been done, most of the accent has been on research of crystalline energies. And because Mother Earth itself, as a physical being, is crystalline in nature, you've said many times that it is important to understand those frequencies in which you're really living. And one of the things that you begin to understand is that this diversity is far bigger than you thought it was. In general, humans talk about a crystal, different crystals, they work with it. Whole books have been written about the crystals. They do research on the crystals and the crystalline structures. But from our perspective, you have barely scratched the surface. You begin to understand that there are many other crystalline systems, even on Earth, let alone in the universe, and that those different systems have relationships, but they all are there to support all that exists on Earth. Some of it is very easy to understand for you, like physical systems, so that just a crystal is a physical thing that you can touch, that you can also feel some of the energies of it. And then for most people, that is working with crystalline energies means. But it is so much more as you increasingly begin to discover. And there's a reason why it's important to begin to understand more the different types of crystalline energies that are already connected to the earth, because things are shifting and changing, as you know. And you cannot understand the new frequencies that are coming in if you do not have at least a sufficient basic understanding of the current crystalline systems. So it may feel as if there is some push to do the research on all the different systems. It's not that we try to push, it's a strong invitation maybe to understand that bringing those energies within the awareness of not only you but other people as well is almost like the last phase of saying, okay, now you begin to understand the system as it is, and now you can follow the changes that are going to happen much easier. Even though there's still more to discover, at least you are aware of what is, so you can also become aware of what becomes into being, you can say, because there are new systems coming. Yes, there are, you can say, a kind of new crystals coming in the near future. And you can say, well, that is exciting, but you will not get even a glimpse of it if you do not have a sufficient basic understanding of all the systems that are already in place. And that is why it seems that we are pushing as if there is an urgency. There's not really an urgency, but you begin to understand why the invitation is so strong. The potentials that are already there in the existing crystalline systems is way beyond what you can imagine in this moment. And realize that every time that you discover something new, it is existing, but for you it's new. Every time that happens, you expand not only the potential of here I can work with, but it literally changes you. It allows you to vibrate with those new crystalline energies because realize that you are crystalline in nature because you are an extension, in a sense, of Mother Earth. So, this whole pathway of discovering new crystalline energies that are not new but for you new to discover is to increase your vibration, is to awaken your potential. Not only your potential, but also the potential of the animals and the plants and the trees. Because there are so many crystalline energies on Earth that are still dormant. And that's why we sometimes may seem to be a little bit pushy. I hope you understand that we are not doing that, but the invitation in this time frame may seem to feel that way from your perspective. We invite you to see this as an exciting exploration. The possibility to discover something that is truly new. At least for your world, it's new. But several of the aspects are even new to every other world as well. It is, in a sense, forgotten that there are all kinds of systems that can be used. And that's why it's important to do this journey of discovery. But our invitation is to enjoy it. Don't do it because you feel an obligation to do it. Do it because you feel from your heart that this is what you really want to do. Both of you have a strong connection with crystalline energies. Different ways, but that is the complementary approach that the two of you have that can stimulate to expand on this exploration beyond what otherwise would be possible. So feel into what we just share with you and feel then for yourself whether or not this awakens some excitement in you or not. Just know that we are here for any question, that we're here to support, and that we are inviting actually everyone who is connected to what you call the crystalline movement to work with crystalline energies from a more expanding point of view. You may understand that you are far from being done with the crystalline movement, unless you choose, of course, to end it. But there are so many possibilities, and you have a group of people that is so willing to co-explore with you, to feel into it, to experience it. We are very grateful that this group has been created. And not only, and we share that with you, but the same is true for Mother Earth, and we know that. That is why we were so present. We are very grateful that you were willing to open for this short sharing. And we are curious what it triggers in you and, of course, what you're going to do with it. Know that we love you unconditionally, whatever your decision is, whatever you do or not do. Thank you.